If Home Start didn't get involved, I'd hate to sort of think where me and the kids would be.
I think if I didn't have Home Start, I think I probably would have struggled to cope.
I'm a mum of 3. I have a son with autism. He's got sensory processing disorder, he's non-verbal and double incontinence. With his needs, you just can't be a normal family and go swimming, or a normal family and go to a play centre, because it's other people who get upset when a 10-year-old picks up somebody else's shoes and tries to chew them. Carly, my Home Start volunteer, is a SEND mum as well, so she understands a lot of the difficulties that I have.
When I first met Catherine, she was really struggling. One of the struggles she was having was isolation.
You then feel shame and guilt that you're not doing more with your kids.
I think Mum enjoys someone to offload onto, and we've built that kind of trust together. We got to know each other and she knew I wasn't there to judge.
It's nice to be able to go out with my Home Start volunteer in the day and do something semi-normal. You lose a lot of friends, you can stop getting invited to things.
Now when I look at Catherine, her confidence has come on leaps and bounds. She's made it out into the community on her own with the children.
I had a baby in lockdown, and obviously I felt isolated. I had nowhere to go, there was no baby groups to go to. Joshua's development needs are, he can't walk, he's having trouble speaking at the moment, he'll only say a few words, and he's under speech and language for that. He's under physio for, obviously, because he can't walk, he's under physio.
First time I came seeing Kelly, she was there was a lot going on, especially with Josh being underdeveloped.
Ellen comes and we just have a chat really. I can tell her my problems, and obviously she's there to listen to them.
The aim was to kind of build the confidence back up, take her out, and offer practical and emotional support for Kelly and Josh.
If Home Start wasn't in my life, I'd probably be at the stage I was at. Obviously when I had Joshua, I'd probably still be isolated. I wouldn't be able to get out. I won't be going to the groups I'm going to, I won't be going to the activities that go on with Home Start. So basically, Home Start's made a big difference to my life.
Life before Home Start was very difficult, it was very dark. My daughter was displaying some signs of difficulty. It got to a point where various services got involved. That's when I got in touch with Home Start myself. I contacted them. I remember the phone call, I couldn't even speak. I was just distraught. There was a lot of meetings with social services. My daughter was put on a child's protection plan, and Home Start was able to come to the meetings. I can't explain how much that meant to me, because the meetings are terrifying if anybody's been through them. It then came to light that my daughter had
When I visit Gemma, it's more often than not at home, where we can talk privately about what she's gone through that week and how she's been feeling.
The matching process, that I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but the way they match you with your volunteer is just amazing. And the thing is, she's just like me, just, a mum, 2 children. She's got a little girl, so she doesn't mind sharing little things with me. Mental health is something that I struggle with, and personally I think a lot of parents don't talk about it because there's that judgment.
I could see that she was really lacking confidence, very vulnerable, quite emotional. She'd been through a really difficult time, and I could see that she just wanted somebody to talk through her thoughts and feelings.
I think Home Start and Adele have made a massive difference to not just me, but to my family, like to my girls. And I think you could possibly sort of like branch that out even further with my friends, with my work, with my mum and dad.
If Home Start wasn't in my life, they'll probably still be isolated.
The girls definitely benefit from it. They get to do and experience more since Carly's been involved. Do normal things that children should be doing.
It was just like sort of like having this massive rucksack that was so heavy, and it was finally like somebody coming along and just taking a little bit out of that rucksack and just being like, it's not as heavy now. And it was just everything that I needed.
There are many reasons why Cascade at Family Essentials is important. Families that are fleeing domestic violence, refugees, redundancy, terminal illness in a family. All these things can affect the economics of a family, and then that has a direct impact on whether do I clothe my child or do I feed my child. We can support them a little bit through those very needy times when money is tight, and I feel it's getting tighter, and we're helping a lot of families.
I want them to have the life I never had, you know what I mean? When I heard about this opportunity, it's good for kids, you know what I mean? For the development.
She teach her how to sing sometimes, how to make painting, and then sometimes we learn dancing skills together. And then sometimes she speak to her like she wants her to communicate as well. It has been a very good and great journey with her.
Since she started coming, she's been a lot better because I've seen some improvement, you know. And you know, for them to come to your home and, you know, take your daughter some classes, it's really nice, you know. Yeah. You know, you don't find that everywhere.
You're a little artist today. So busy. So busy. Yeah. With some walk.
Yeah, obviously the UK is, you know, this is the best place in the world to live in, you know what I mean? Yeah, it is. I know what I'm saying because I know where I'm from, I know where I lived, I know how I grew up all my life, you know what I mean? So coming down here, I know they're gonna have a better life than I didn't have. So I'm sure their future's settled already.
We tend to find people come maybe first of all for some feeding support and then come for the social support of the other mums in the group. I'm Ash and I'm Cecily's mum. I think in the beginning of my breastfeeding journey, I just needed real logistical help. How do you do this? What's the answer to this problem? The support from the volunteers and other mums who were a couple of months ahead of me or even a little bit further were so valuable.
I came to it with my mothering experience and years before my work experience, but I was feeling quite unconfident, and it's really made me feel part of the team again. My knowledge base has increased from being a mum that breastfed 3 children. I realised how much I didn't know and how much I wished I'd accessed services like this myself. So that feels a really important part of the role, is to get out there for other mums and to say you're not going through this alone.
I don't think I'd still be breastfeeding without it.
Atlas being ill, it really affected my mental health. I planned my whole suicide. I contacted Dad Matters through the website. So after a few weeks of getting support through my coordinator and the impact it had on me, I asked if I could volunteer. I wanted to give back to a charity that helped me. I wanted to help other dads. I've become quite passionate about helping dads with their mental health and attachment and bonding, that after about 12 months of volunteering, a job as a Dad Matters coordinator came up, and I applied and I got the job. Now I'm able to use all my experience, both lived and volunteering, to support dads around Greater Manchester. If Dad Matters didn't get involved and supported me, I don't think I'd be here.
Research shows that every year about 20 babies are born in Oldham that have a life-limiting condition or complex disabilities. Within the South Asian community, communities favour consanguineous marriages, and that's when the risks are increased. When we make choices in marriage, if we marry someone who carries the same genetic gene, then the risks are increased. So the aims of the project are to work with the community and encourage them to engage with genetic services. And I've worked with many families who've brought children up to ages of 19, 20, and slowly their needs have become more complex and they've become end of life and have passed away. And the emotional harm that does on the family, their life revolves around that child's needs. And when those children are gone, there's a lot of emptiness. We need to increase awareness. We need to tell the community about services that are available and tests that can be done in order to try and reduce risk.
I suffered severely with postnatal depression. Like, so much so that I didn't even know that I had it. Don't expect when you find out you're pregnant that you give birth to them but you're not able to take them home straight away. We were offered a volunteer, it's called Eileen, absolutely wonderful woman. Just needed somebody who wasn't friends or family, just to like sit and have a chat with. My mental health has drastically improved since Home Start and having a volunteer and then the multiples group, and just I feel so much better in myself. I feel I wasn't the person I was when they first came home. I like who I am now, and I feel like Home Start really helped.
My journey with Home Start started when I was completing my third year of university. I completed my placement with Home Start.
I had a difficult past as a parent, and I wanted to give something back to other families, and I wanted families to know there is light at the end of the tunnel.
I wanted to become a volunteer for Home Start because as a mother I was supported by the team, and I felt like it was such an amazing opportunity to be able to give back.
Because I want to be a social worker, and being a Home Start volunteer will help me enhance those skills that I need.
As a new mum, I had Home Start support myself when my daughter was newborn, and they did really change my life.
I really liked the ethos of the charity. I really liked the fact that I, as a parent of young children, and having lived that experience, I really like the idea of being able to help and support other parents.
When my children were small, I had a volunteer. She was a friendly face, and through her listening and her gentle guidance and support, she helped me through a difficult point in my life.
Not everyone's coming in with an education background, saying I've been to college and things like that. There's people with life experience.
Because the training was intensive, I learned a lot, and I can always go back to the PowerPoints, I can always ask questions. I feel confident being a volunteer.
Through the various courses and trainings that they've put on, I've grown in understanding and knowledge.
It actually makes you a better person, and if you can believe that, it does. It makes you a better person.
I love the fact that the help is bespoke to the family, so you can tailor-make the support to each unique circumstances.
I really enjoy using my own experiences and feelings about being a parent to help support other people and giving them that confidence.
I love the fact that I see them developing in their independence, and that gives me a bit of a glow inside.
We've got the cost of living crisis, we've got families isolated, we've got families living in poverty, and just that one person getting into that home can make such a huge difference to that family, and you can go to bed at night and you feel good.
It made a difference in my life, being a Home Start volunteer, because it enhanced my own parenting skill to my own 2 kids. And I feel like when I see other mothers struggling, I know I'm not the only one that goes through these daily struggles. So it almost feels like as a volunteer, because I'm helping out other parents, I feel like they're helping me too.
I love to see how the families flourish and develop and towards their own independence, where they don't need Home Start anymore.
It's also made me feel good about myself, because I'm finally doing something that I thoroughly enjoy and I would absolutely love a career in.
I've been made to feel a valued piece in the greater jigsaw that is the work that Home Start does with their families. Home Start are really supportive of their volunteers.
It's taught me to become more empathetic towards others, and really just to, it opens your eyes to really think about someone's situation. Everyone's different, and to not judge.
Volunteering is a sense of reward, like you know you're not getting paid for it, you're doing it for the kindness of your own heart. And as a parent, it is hard. So going to people's families and helping them and offering that support, you do feel good within yourself.
I think people should definitely volunteer for Home Start. Just sparing a couple of hours for families can help change people's lives.